Both Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa set to face each other UFC 253. The champion Israel Adesanya has questioned that if Paulo Costa has been tested by USADA. He has made it clear that he plans on defeating Paulo Costa before USADA pops him. In a recent interview with Submission Radio, he went on to say, "Last time he got tested, he couldn't give me a straight answer. Let's put it that way. I was tested twice in the last 3 weeks. At night because they're trying to catch me off guard. It's the first 2 times. It is the first time they have ever tested me at night. Where's your t-shirt? I've been tested over 30 times. So where's your t-shirt? You have heard stories with Brazil about people going into gym to test people and they are not complying because of certain things. I know what that is like, but I don't mind. I just like to bring that up because I want it to be known. I said on record I will pop him before USADA pops him. So I'm going to beat him, and when he gets popped by USADA down the line, it will be like, yup, I still whooped his ass even when he was on steroids. That will make a great story." Paulo Costa posted this response on his Twitter saying, "Unfortunate for you, Adesanya, USADA never came to test me in Brazil. F, you're already dead, man. KOB is coming to you." Dana White, the Dana White's Contender Series post-fight press conference, says that Jon Jones could get a title shot straight away at heavyweight.
As far as the last time we talked to Jon Jones said he's going to take some time and do his, things that he's into right now, and take some time. And when there's a right fight, they'll give us a call. I mean, realistically, Jon Jones is undefeated. He's never been beat. Mazzagati's been out of the game for years. I want to keep beating this guy up, but Jon Jones is undefeated.
Michael Bisping on the Believe in Me podcast gives his thoughts on Jon Jones moving up to heavyweight.
I mean, Jon Jones has been the light heavyweight champion forever. That's why I asked Anthony Smith, and it was nice of him to see him so honest, because it's easy for any fighter. They want to say, "Oh no, bro, I want the hardest test possible. I want to prove myself. I want to be the fucking champion." To a certain degree, yeah, that is true. Also, to a certain degree, I'll take the championship belt under any circumstances. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Get rid of the tough fights. Give me the easy fights. No, of course, you want to be the champion. You want to feel like the champion. You want to be the truly deserving champion. But when the guy that's been the champion for so long, that literally has been impossible to beat. Jones has been impossible to beat and beating everybody there is. He's done his work at 205. I feel he's got nothing more to prove. He's maturing now as a man. He's still in his prime as a fighter, but he's probably got maybe another 5, maybe another 10 years. Who bloody knows? But still, I feel like it's a fresh new chapter for Jon Jones. And as Anthony Smith said, my God, Jon Jones is a big man. And as Smith said again, when you see some of those pictures of him when he's lifting weights, he can pack on the muscle. I mean, could you imagine how terrifying Jon Jones, what is he, 6'5", 6'6", weighing in at 245, 50 pounds, jacked, almost like Francis Ngannou, but with all those skills. I mean, that's a pretty terrifying prospect. But, Jones is doing the right thing. He's done it. He's been there, got the t-shirt at light heavyweight. He's beating everybody there is. There's never been a run like it. In fact, Jones even on Twitter the other day was like, "I'll give 100 grand to the next light heavyweight that wins 5 title defenses in a row," and things like that, because he just knows
it's not happening.
It might happen, and if it does, he's going to lose $100,000. But more than likely not going to happen. He's moving up to heavyweight, which I think is very exciting. Dana White has came out though and said Jon Jones will not leapfrog Francis Ngannou. So they're sticking with the title fight of Stipe versus Francis Ngannou, because Dana said Francis has deserved it. There's no way you can step in front of him. And I like that. It's true, right? Listen, of course you want to see champion versus champion. That's always a big sell. And I saw some people kind of critical of the UFC saying, "Are you crazy? You're not gonna do Stipe versus Jon Jones. That's the fight to make." Well, guess what? If Ngannou beats Stipe, it's still champion versus champion.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Greetings from the hospital, I'm bored out of my head, so looking to interact with some people. So there you go. I thought I'd do a little livey. How are we all doing? 1,200 people here. Okay, yeah, I'm good, thanks everyone. Hey Chanel, how are you, love? Hope you're well. Had another knee replacement this morning. I had my left knee replacement done in October last year, and then I just got the other one done today, unfortunately. But yeah, there you go. Hey, bad boy, you jumping on? Yes, I had the knee replacement this morning. yeah, I feel good. I mean, I'm pretty whacked out of it on pain medication, to be honest. So who knows? Who knows what kind of bollocks I'm talking.
What's up, everybody? King Triple C. Welcome to this episode of Motivational Monday, brought to you by Smart Cups, the world's first printed cups. Anyhow, let's get straight to it. The word that comes to mind today is calculation. The reason why I say that is because there's a lot of killers in the UFC, in wrestling. What is the difference? What was the difference for me? It was the fact that I'm a killer, but I'm a calculated killer. A couple weeks ago, I talked about my 5 senses when I compete. Attack, counterattack, anticipate, feel, and take risks. And for every fight, they're different. I study and I understand demeanor, timing. In other words, too, is understanding how to finish the race. I'm going to give you guys an example. The 400 meters at the Olympics. You don't start the 400 meters with, you don't see these guys do that. They start the 400 meters like, you finish. Understand your threshold. If you guys want to be successful, be a damn calculated killer. Triple C's out.
And Kenny Florian on the Anik Florian Podcast gives his thoughts on Frankie Edgar's win over Pedro Munhoz.
I'm very happy for Frankie Edgar. Obviously a true legend of the game. Going down to 135 pounds for the first time, facing a very difficult opponent in Pedro Munhoz. I thought he responded very well. I thought he made the proper adjustments. I thought his corner was on to a lot of the things that he should have been changing out there. For me, I just thought that he stayed busier throughout the fight. I thought, initiating with some of those takedowns was really good. And I thought he made Pedro Munhoz miss a lot. And I think that Pedro Munhoz was the guy who was moving forward, but I don't think he was as active. And I also think he was missing a lot of those combinations. And both those guys landed big shots. Frankie Edgar landed some good right hands and hooks, as did Pedro Munhoz. And I think the story of the fight for Munhoz was that leg kick. I think he was really doing a great job of slowing Frankie down. You could see that Frankie was hurt, and that's always a great strategy, just like Henry Cejudo did against Dominic Cruz. Anytime you get a guy with excellent footwork, when that's a major part of that game, you got to slow him down. What's the best way to do it? Leg kicks. I thought it was very close. It really could have gone either way. You definitely can't call that a robbery. In a fight like that, I don't know if Pedro's going to get a rematch after that one. It was close, but I think it would be one thing. I think a rematch is deserved. If I felt that Pedro Munhoz definitely, won 3 of the rounds or 4 of the rounds, and he did it convincingly, then I think a rematch is warranted. Right. But when you get a fight that is that close, I think he's been in MMA a long time. I think he's upset because he had such a great opportunity there in a main event against a legend in Frankie Edgar that he didn't get the nod. But I'm not sure that's going to happen at this point.
Power kick. Hey. Okay, good. We go.